Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Call the October 6, 2025 Board of Commissioners meeting to order. We will start the meeting with an invocation. The invocation will be delivered by our county manager, Lance Metzler. Then will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Charlie Hall will introduce the two young ladies that have joined us tonight to lead us in the pledge. Everyone would please rise.
If you would please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with gratitude for the opportunity to serve our community. We ask you to give the commissioners wisdom and guidance as they discuss matters before them tonight. Help them to lead with integrity, fairness, and humility, keeping the well-being of our citizens at the heart of every decision. Grant them clarity in discussions, patience in disparities, and unity in their purpose. Let the commissioners seek fairness, promote peace, and work together for the good of all. Bless this county, our leaders, and our people. May their efforts today bring prosperity, safety, and hope to those served. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing. And tonight we're honored to have two young ladies. We've got Emily Edwards, age 11. She attends Holmes Junior High School. She's in the 6th grade. And she likes math as her favorite subject, and she enjoys dancing. As well, we have her sister, Callie Edwards, who is 9 years old. She goes to Leaksville Spray Elementary School in the 4th grade. She enjoys dancing as well, and her favorite subject is science. So, ladies, thank you for being with us tonight, and at your pleasure.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for helping us with the Pledge of Allegiance. Next is approval of tonight's agenda. Gentlemen, you've had a copy of the agenda for about a week. Do we have a motion to approve? Second by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Hall. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Next is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda you've had a copy of for about a week. Tend to be non-controversial. If there's any questions from anyone about items on the consent agenda, please reach out to the county manager or his staff, and they'll be glad to provide you with additional information about information on the consent agenda. With that, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
No, we did approve the agenda, not the consent. Yeah, okay. Motion by Commissioner Kellum.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barrow. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Next is public comment, and don't have anybody signed up tonight. Next is public hearing, and we're going to turn it over to Ms. Carrie Taylor Penix.
Error in the agreement. It is section 5 under remedies. The B is struck through. That should not be struck through. And on the next section, it's referring to section C. That should be section B.
Okay. And Clyde, you've had a chance, as far as those amendments, you're good with those amendments, and I believe the copy that's in here is the corrected copy. Is that correct?
Yes, it had been corrected. She submitted to you, and I've looked at it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
So for tonight, I'm here for your approval for a performance agreement for Innovum. Under the proposed agreement, this is a post-performance. So that means they will do their investment, hire their jobs, list their taxes, get their tax bill, pay their taxes, and then 40% over 5 years and 5 phases will go back to them. Do you have any questions or concerns on this agreement?
Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. If no questions, I will open the public hearing. No one signed up to speak during the public hearing. If there's anyone that wishes to speak, please come forward. Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. Gentlemen, now that the public hearing has taken place, do we have a motion?
Move approval, sir, as printed.
Motion by Commissioner Richardson,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hall. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's 4-1. You got that, Susan? Okay. Then next is a presentation. This is Todd Hurst, Tax Administrator. Todd is here for any questions that we may have. He actually gave this presentation about 6 weeks ago, roughly. It may have been 8, somewhere in that ballpark. So if we've got questions of Todd or need any additional explanation, then he's here. Does anybody have any questions, or is there a motion to be made? And this, just for the public, this has to do with a resolution to advance reappraisal of real property in Rockingham County to 2028.
I only have one question, Mr. Chair, and that's a confirmation, Todd, that nothing has changed since your presentation.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Now, of course, one thing did change, and we got the escape clause in that should something change that would, with the state or the feds, that would eliminate property tax, we could cancel this contract. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe that changed in,
That's correct.
yes.
With that being the only change, I'd make a motion, we accept the resolution tonight as presented.
Got a motion by Commissioner Hall.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Barrow. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Opposed. So it'd be 4-1 as well, Susan.
Mr. Chair, just to make sure, we have to bring back a budget amendment for you guys next time. This is just allowing us to proceed.
Yes, sir. Okay. Next is a presentation of update of VIA Health. Good evening.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kara Donor. I am one of the regional directors with VIA Health, Community Relations. I apologize that you don't have this in your packet. We've had some technology issues today, so I promise to get that to you as soon as possible. Let me see here. Oh, thank you. This one. Yeah, okay, thanks. All right, great. So for those of you who don't know, most of you do, but VIA is one of 5 managed care organizations. We provide, we manage care for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, substance use disorders, foster care for now, and also people with traumatic brain injuries. So there's quite a bit going on in that space, as you can imagine. We've been around for 50 years, and there have been a couple changes, but most of you are aware of those. We merged into a tailored plan not too long ago, and we are also managing Medicaid Direct, which is dealing with a lot of those who fall through insurance cracks. But I'll go ahead and let you know about some of these programs you might already know, but the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services has some new rural health programs. Part of these are from HR 1 from Congress, which also include the Medicaid cuts. But you can see that the funding is going to be $50 billion over the next 5 years, with $100 million going to North Carolina. And you've probably noticed some of this wording, but one of the goals is to make rural America healthy again with regarding prevention and chronic disease. And you can kind of, I won't read this all to you, but you can see that it involves workforce development, innovative care, and also hopes to strengthen telehealth services, which are great for rural communities. And I wanted to give you this information just in case you have any feedback you'd like to submit. That link will be in your packets that I send you through email. This is a great program we have. It's youth supporting youth. It's like peer support, if you've heard of that. We love peer support and behavioral health because what it does is it's people who have had lived experience, whether that's in the mental health space or substance use, someone who's been there and lived it. It really will help people get through addiction or other issues that might be going on. But this is a free program. I wanted to put this, and you'll have this later, but anyone can join this program. It is a grant we have through VIA just for the 5 counties that I oversee in the triad. I thought these were interesting for you to see. We did a survey for teens. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, sure,
Before we get
sure.
too far away for it, with the Youth Serving Youth program there, what are the ages on that?
I am not 100% sure. I think it starts in elementary school.
Okay.
So.
Thank you. Sorry, don't let me slow you down.
Pretty young, yes, yes. We're happy to talk to anyone who's interested in that program. So I wanted to show you some data on a teen survey we did, just for your future planning purposes on what they really needed. A lot of them seemed overwhelmed. Their caregivers said the same thing. But you can see, these are some of the things they're participating in at school. But a big thing was, you can see, I wanted to show you this, the third line down, a place to spend time with friends. And caregivers and parents also said this was needed. So I thought this was interesting. And I think it would be good to capture teens. That's a bad word to use, but to have a space where they can hang out and it be safe without substances present. So you can read this later, but I just wanted to show you this. They're having a lot of stressful situations, and I think a lot of this is attributed to the introduction of gaming and also social media. But you can just see interesting perspectives of teens. And you can see that these are the people that also responded to the survey, and you can see the demographics up in the left-hand corner. And I wanted to do a quick slide. This is the total numbers of people being diverted from the emergency department going to the behavioral health center. So you can see these numbers since April. And also the innovations waiver. So I do not believe the General Assembly added any slots to the innovations waiver this year. So you can see these are people on the left side. These are people waiting for the innovations waiver, 186, and people who are currently being served, 188. The interesting thing about the innovations waiver, it's about at least $120,000 a year that a family will get. However, to put them in institutionalized care is at least double, if not triple. And not always the best environment. So I am a big proponent of this. It allows family members to care for a person in their home. So we have a lot of success stories, if you ever want to hear about them, across North Carolina.
Just another question.
Nope,
The 188 versus 186, is that for just this county, or is that for the whole catchment area?
That is for just this county.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Are there any other questions?
You ready for questions?
Yeah,
now?
I
Okay.
am. Good timing.
Do we have other questions or comments?
I think, Karen, you might expand on this as necessary, or my colleague who serves as vice chair of Region 4, which is your region.
Yes.
Just for the public information about, this is the primary public mental health facility. serving the citizens of Rockingham County. Now, there are other counties, but we're particularly interested in this. And we're particularly interested in that figure that she showed us about the Behavioral Health Center, what we call the BHOC, which is relatively new to this county and is being used, I think, to the great benefit of not only those that might have call for its services, but also to release particularly law enforcement officials from having to stay at emergency rooms and places like that in certain situations. So if you want to expand about what VI is doing, it used to be I could just talk about mental health when I was talking about VIA, but now it does physical health as well. And so you'll be seeing statistics about how VIA serves primarily the Medicaid eligible crowd.
Yes. So it's pretty expansive on who we're serving, but the goal is to keep people out of emergency rooms and hospitals, because usually the hospital.
No.
Oh,
the
yes.
The
Go ahead.
goal is to give the proper care to the client or
That's right.
the patient.
And, well, the reasoning is hospitals don't always have that specialized care. And then the hospital cannot divert someone from the hospital. So if you are there, you are there. And sometimes that could be for months.
And the taxpayer picks up that tab.
That's right. So it's a good thing all the way around. But, behavioral health centers are a great thing. We're seeing success in other counties that have them. I was just talking to Alamance County today, and family are the biggest referrals, family and friends. The second is law enforcement. So it's working. We see it's relatively new, and we see great improvement on people being seen, the time it takes to be seen, and also people going back into the emergency room has also gone down.
Thank you, Mr. Donner.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and for those that are curious as far as the questions coming from Commissioner Barrow and Commissioner Richardson, Commissioner Barrow serves as our liaison to Health and Human Services, and both Commissioner Richardson and Commissioner Barrow are board members with VIA Health. And we've got a lot of interest in mental health and some of the things that are available. We've got a former commissioner that is a big asset to us, and that is Keith Duncan, that has been a real advocate for this area as well. Next on the agenda is, I believe we had a purchase order with the sheriff's office. They initially made a request for money from that purchase order to come from some of our coffers, but I believe, Mr. Metzler, that they have decided that they've got some money in their budget to deal with the overage that came from this. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that I'm aware of, yes.
And they can handle the financial part without us taking any action. Okay, but I believe there were some other issues that came up with this.
Yes.
Okay.
Mandy, you want to come up here? We'll have to do a budget transfer, but you guys get that on a monthly basis, so you'll see that budget transfer.
Yes, sir. But that's within their budget, a
That's correct.
transfer from one item to another.
That's correct.
Go ahead.
So the services that were rendered did not fully meet the county's policies and procedures. My recommendation would be for all sheriff's contracts and financial obligations be forwarded to the county manager or his designee for review and approval moving forward.
Okay. And as far as those things that did not meet other county policies, do you want to go into a little bit more detail?
Yes, sir, I'll be glad to. The vendor packet was not approved, therefore the purchase order was not able to be encumbered. And so those were a couple of the policies that were not followed. And then the services were obviously rendered to the county. And so those were the processes that were not followed correctly.
Also, there was potential conflict of interest with the purchasing policy.
Yes, sir. I believe it was an employee that performed the contract. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gentlemen, a few months ago, we dealt with some illegal contracts. Now, this didn't rise to the same level as those, but we did have a number of policy failures in this one. So you've heard the recommendation from Finance, and I believe, County Manager, you support that recommendation?
Yes, sir.
I advocated for the Sheriff's Office to have that ability a few months ago, but do we have a motion based on that recommendation, or any questions?
Mr. Chair, I move we follow Mrs. McGee's recommendation regarding oversight by the county manager.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Richardson.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hall. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. Any items of new business?
No, sir.
Okay. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Kellum.
This week, we had two influential people in our county to pass away. Former county commissioner Tommy Flint, and I think the other guy really touched a lot of people in our county, as well as Tim Talley. If not, he probably took your photograph at some point. And I'd also like to recognize Morgan McKinney for joining our economic development. I see that she will be supporting business recruitment, expansion, and retention efforts while assisting with project management, community engagement, and workforce development. So I want to welcome you. I hope you much success and look forward to seeing what you have in store. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Hall.
Yes, I agree. It was severe loss to the community. I know Tommy Flint was a former commissioner, and Tim Talley as well had taken many of the photographs you see on the wall in here, and very influential in the community. So we'll certainly mourn that loss and pray for their families. But yeah, things are changing. The fall is here. Things are going to start getting colder. So just be aware, winter will be here before you know it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Richardson.
It's good to see everybody here tonight. We're kind of thin in person. I hope we've got a lot of people listening. Didn't take long, kind of a thin of an agenda. I do mention in relation to Morgan McKinney, she's been working with us for a year, so she is a known and true servant to our economic development team. So in this new position, I'm sure she will also excel. I particularly want to recognize Tommy Flint. Tommy came off the board when I went on the board, and Tommy remained a friend and a mentor to me. And the community as a whole will miss Tommy because he was an advocate for the citizenry, not just of Eden, but the entire county. So our thoughts, prayers go out to the Flint family because they've lost a great grandfather and father and so forth. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Barrow.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I again would like to just send my condolences to the families that have lost loved ones over the weekend. Tommy Flint, being from Eden, was definitely a pillar of the community. And as they've mentioned, we send our support out to the Talley family. Again, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Morgan McKinney on her promotion. So welcome on board beyond the grant position. We're very happy to have you here. Glad you decided to stay home here in the county. We had a great event on Saturday. We had our Youth Outdoor Safety Day. Had over 100 kids come out, got to fish, got to see birds of prey, got to shoot arrows and guns, and it was good times had by all. So thank you to everybody that came out and participated, and thank you to everybody that made that possible. And again, I would just like to continue my plea. We still have over 160 children in our foster care system here, and we are in desperate need of foster families. There will be an information session happening this month at Osborne Baptist Church in Eden. We would love anybody that's interested in just finding out more information to please come out. If you have any friends, family, anybody at church that may be interested in helping, we are in dire straits. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Yes, thanks for coming out tonight and for tuning in. I believe the number I was given for Youth Day was 140 kids, so a tremendous day on Saturday. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We will, I guess, honor breast cancer awareness at our next meeting. There's also, on Thursday of this week at 11:45, in front of the building, they're asking for folks to show up, and I believe they're going to have a ceremony and also take a picture outside of the Governmental Center. So with that, our next meeting is October the 20th here in the Governmental Center at 6:30. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, motion by Commissioner Barrow, second by Commissioner Hall. All in favor, let it be known by the sound of aye. Aye. We are adjourned.